بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد عن أنس رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مثل هذه الدنيا مثل ثوب شق من أوله إلى آخره فبقي متعلقا بخيط في آخره فيوشك ذلك الخيط أن ينقطع رواه البيهقي في شعب الإيمان. This is the last hadith sharif from the chapter that Qiyamat is very near, and whoever has died, his Qiyamat has taken place. That was the small chapter. There was about 5, 6, 7 hadith sharifa. And this is the last hadith sharif from that chapter, and very interesting, very beautiful example Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam is giving. Anas radiyallahu ta'ala who said that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that example of this dunya, it is the example of a cloth, a material, piece of cloth. It is being torn from beginning to the end. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, example of this dunya, it is the example of that piece of cloth which is being torn from beginning to the end, from top to the bottom. Only one cotton is remaining. One cotton is hanging. That is why those two pieces are still connected. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave such a beautiful example at the end. He said that it is very likely that when that cotton comes out, becomes broken, then those two pieces will become apart. That is the example Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave. That is the example of himself, of this dunya and its end. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that example of this dunya, it is like that piece of cloth, it is completely torn. Now it is hanging onto one cotton. And that cotton also, it is very likely that just now when it will become broken, it will become disconnected, then pieces will be gone. It will be completely torn. That's how this dunya is very near to its end. That is the example of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam giving of this dunya. You know, Quran has said how much time has passed onto this world. Only Allah knows. وَقُرُونًا بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ كَثِيرًا. There are centuries after centuries. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said many centuries in between. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning some of the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, and between those Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that there are numbers of years and centuries in between them. Somewhere Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had mentioned لَا يَعْلَمُهُنَّ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. What is the time has passed on this world? Only Allah knows. Only Allah knows. So, such a long period has passed onto this world. When Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, you know, we went through riwayat that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave literal examples of two fingers. That the way they are so close to one another, my prophethood and end of time, they are close to one another. That is the example Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And if we pay attention, you know, from this hadith sharif, what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam wants us to do. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam wants us to have fikr. You know, when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to mention, we have shared many times, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to mention about Dajjal. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to mention in such a manner that Sahaba said that we used to feel that there is orchard, and there are some walls just behind that orchard, and behind those walls, the Dajjal is just there. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to talk to them, and Sahaba described, كَأَنَّهُ مُنذِرُ جَيْشٍ. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to appear when he wanted to create some fikr, some worry, some concern. He used to appear like he is a warner of an army about to attack. That's why we shared before also that when things used to happen, at one time something happened, Umar radiallahu ta'ala immediately sent some people that find out whether those small birds called locusts, are they still existing? Tiddi in our word. Locusts, are they still existing? Because one of the signs that when they will become scarce, Qiyamat will be near. There are, we went through many riwayat. Some rivers are mentioned. Some places of waters are mentioned. That if water will get finished, then that will be the time of Dajjal and Qiyamat. Even when Hazrat, one of the Sahabi, Hazrat Tamim Dari radiallahu ta'ala, when he came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and when he mentioned that he was lost into the ocean, and somehow he came to an island, and there first he met Jassasa, and Jassasa guided him to Dajjal. He is describing this Jassasa, and he is describing Dajjal. And when he met Dajjal asked these questions, that is it still water in that Bahriya, Tabriya, in that river? Is this orchard still giving fruits? Is this happen? And then he asked about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And after, asking so many signs, he said, there will be time that I will be allowed. I will be given access, and I will come out. So all these signs, when it comes to Kitab-ul-Fitan, we are still going to go into the, now next chapter is لا تقوم الساعة إلا على شرار الناس. لا تقوم الساعة إلا على شرار الناس. Sahib Mishkat has given the title because of the Hadith Sharif. Because of the Hadith Sharif, that, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such that whatever we think, we speak, we reflect, we ponder, oh Allah, give us the color of Quran and Sunnah. Quran and Hadith Sharif. That is what we breathe in and we take it out. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such. We're talking about Umar radiallahu ta'ala. Umar radiallahu ta'ala, he was like that. When he was departing from this world, that severe attack was made onto him. And after that attack he survived. He survived for 3 days. One of the tabi'i, he said, I went to visit Umar radiallahu ta'ala, and the place where there was a wound, he said, I put my finger, and then Umar radiallahu ta'ala started speaking. All those 3 days, I have said many times, in our Western world, or in UK, in our term, you said educated world, they say, on this subject they do PhD, and on this subject they do PhD. If you go through those 3 days of Umar radiallahu anhu, so many PhDs can be done. Man severely attacked. He's not going to survive. He called one of the doctor in our term, doctor of that time. He said, so when doctor tried this, after that he said that Amirul Mu'mineen, looks like now there is no chance of survival. So, person is having this sort of challenge. But then he spent those 3 days. So this Tabi'i said that I came and I saw that wound. And Umar radiallahu anhu started speaking. And he said, I am giving you 2 wasiyat. I am giving you 2 wasiyat. And again, all of them, Sahaba, all of them, they were very keen that if I have to follow someone's style, that is only Muhammadur Rasulullah. That is only Muhammadur Rasulullah. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before he passed away a few months ago, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I am leaving you with 2 things. If you hold on to it, you will never go astray. Quran and my Sunnah. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Umar radiallahu anhu, following that Sunnah, he said, I am leaving you with 2 things. 2 things I am not worried about. First thing, when it comes to the territories, when it comes to the boundaries of whole Islamic kingdom, they are so safe that, get relaxed, that you will face no danger. One thing. Second thing, he said, when it comes to the safe and sound ilm of Quran and Sunnah, we have made effort, we have taught, we have promoted on such a level that if someone wants to interfere, if someone wants to tamper, he will never succeed. He said that. Now we are living in such a world that when it comes to our territories also, and when it comes to ilm of Quran and Sunnah also, both territories are on danger. And do not blame anybody else. Do not blame anybody else. Blame yourself. I must blame myself. And how can I blame? This recent example I've been giving. Every Thursday, guidelines comes out. Ulamas, non-ulamas, Muslims, punctual, non-punctual, they are gone through from A to Z all the government guidelines, all the NHS guidelines. But you ask the same Muslim, you got guidelines which has eternity, which has firmness, which has guarantee. There is no doubt about it. There is no two opinion about it. Are you committed to the guidelines which is eternal, the way you are committed to every Thursday's guidelines? What will be the answer of every khas and am? Every committed of so-called punctual, everybody to himself. I think to myself, nobody is Muslim like me. And when I talk to Quran and Sunnah, they say, don't be hypocritical. Don't be hypocritical. You read that guidelines which can have many opinions, which is not certain, which is not very firm. You not only you go through guidelines, you become committed to it. You make sure my family, myself, my precautions. Again I am saying, I am not discouraging you to take the precautions. Take precautions. But same precautions must become an alarm that how many precautions you are taking from the precautionary warnings of Muhammadur Rasulullah. This is one of the precautionary warning we are going through. This hadith sharif which we read, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, example of this dunya and example of the end of time, it is like that piece of cloth which is completely torn. He is trying to indicate that this world is very near to the end, and he is saying 14 centuries ago. And I have said before also that our motivator is only one, Muhammadur Rasulullah. If Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam becomes our motivator, if he becomes our inspirer, then we will be in daylight, no matter what happens onto the ground. that those things are going to happen, which are being forecasted by Quran and Sunnah before Qiyamah. They are going to happen. So, if you are under this daylight, then all these things are happening, then your iman will be boosted. It will be increased. Your connection to Allah and Rasul will be increased. You will become faithful ummati of Him. You will take His mission more strongly. Because, make the most of it. Make the most of it. As it is, this world is going to perish. And how much effort you will make in this world, how much investment, that much you will be rewarded. But just again measure your physical precautions and your spiritual precautions. Both guidelines are there. Be just that how much you are committed to this and how much you are committed to that. So Umar radiallahu ta'ala could say in his lifetime that when it comes to the ilm of Quran and Sunnah, even someone wants to tamper, we have made so much of effort, no one can do that. No one could do that. In our time, because we remain uncommitted to Quran and Sunnah, now our territories are also in danger and our ulum of Quran and Sunnah also in danger. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. So I was saying Umar radiallahu ta'ala will send somebody that go, if you find locusts then, so they brought some tiddi, some birds, some locusts. So that's when, Sahaba, although they knew that there are so many prophecies and so many periods to come, but they were so full of concern that they used to become worried that maybe tomorrow Qiyamah. But here, so many things are being read and said, it comes from one year and it goes from another year. It is not penetrating our hearts. Our hearts are dead. إِنَّكَ لَا تُسْمِعُ الْمَوْتَى وَلَا تُسْمِعُ السُّمَّ الدُّعَاءَ إِذَا وَلَّوْا مُدْبِرِينَ. Quran said that you cannot make dead people listen. One of the tafsir according to Mufassirin, Maut al-Dhamir, whose inner self is dead. You can, if someone is sleeping, you can wake him up. But someone's inner self is dead, you can't revive his life. You are not muhyil mauta. It is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Innaka la tusmi'ul mauta. That is what is happening. That is what is happening. Look at this small beautiful hadith sharif. Nabi Sallallahu said, that piece of cloth, take the hadith sharif of Nabi Sallallahu at home and ponder about it and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh Allah, give me the risk of this hadith sharif and risk of Quran and hadith sharif. And give me obedience to the sunnah. Piece of cloth, it is completely torn, it is hanging only on one cotton. That is the example of this dunya and its end of time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us correct understanding. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya awwal al-awwalin, ya akhir al-akhirin, ya rahim al-masakin, ya dhal quwwati al-matin, ya dhal manni fala yumannu alayk, ya dhal tawl, ya dhal jalali wal ikram. لا إله إلا أنت زهر الللاجئين وجار المستجيرين ومأمن الخائفين يا مأمن الخائفين يا مأمن الخائفين إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب مقطرا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تقطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك سعداء ووفقنا الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده الكتاب يا من عنده الكتاب. اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا. فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين غير خزايا ولا ندام ولا مفتونين. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم طهر قلوبنا من النفاق وأعمالنا من الرياء وألسنتنا من الكذب وأعيننا من الخيانة فإنك تعلم خائنة الأعين وما تخفي الصدور. اللهم طهر اللهم طهر قلوبنا، اللهم حسن فروجنا واغفر ذنوبنا، اللهم علمنا الكتاب والتأويل، اللهم فقهنا في الدين، اللهم اجعلنا علماء فقهاء، اللهم اجعلنا من التوابين، واجعلنا من المتطهرين المتطهرين، واجعلنا من عبادك المخلصين المخلصين، واجعلنا من الذين لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. اللهم نقنا من الذنوب كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس، اللهم حاسبنا حسابا يسيرا، اللهم اجعل آخرتنا خيرا من الأولى، اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها، وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب القبر وعذاب الآخرة. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من فتنة المسيح الدجال، اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من فتنة المحيا والممات، اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن، اللهم بدل سيئاتنا بالحسنات، اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته.